Can I have some information about what's going on with the collective on my TikTok, on my YouTube? Can I have some information about the collective? Whoever is going to watch this video, whoever stumbles upon this video, whoever sees it in the future, whoever is watching it right now. Can I have some information to help these people on their own spiritual paths and on their own spiritual journey? Can you give me some cards to help the collective? What do they need to be hearing about right now? Okay. What do they need to be hearing about right now? Anything else for the collective at this very moment? What do I need to be talking about in this collective reading? Okay. So the theme for the reading seems to be associated with your attachment to your own personal identity. We have the attachment card. This card resonates at the vibration of 5. The resonance of 5. 5 is about change. It's about humanity. It is about the physical body, and it is also about the 5 elements. Normally, we talk about the 4 elements, which is earth, air, wind, and fire. But there's a 5th element in spirituality where we talk about spirit. Spirit is represented in the energies that we send from outside of the visible realm. So spirit energy is kind of the energy of things like magic, like energy work. That's spirit. That's also the energetic vibration of a lot of spirits, literally. And things like the the collective consciousness. I'm kind of channeling, so it's going to be a little bit weird the way that I say certain things, but I'm saying things with intention here. So right now with the attachment card for the collective, I'm actually seeing that some of you are dealing with some negative attachments to labels, to people, even attachments to things. This could be addictions, but it's not necessarily that strong of an energy. It's more about a connection. I'll show you the card again. See how she's holding the mask up and she's looking at it almost as if it's another person that she's communicating with. You might have a negative association with spirit work. You might have a negative association with the information that you're receiving from your guides. Higher guidance is here for you, but you really need to focus on developing a better, they said focus on a better way of communicating with your guides, and also focus on a better way of communicating your expression of self, which is leading me to this next card. This is the 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel. The 3rd chakra is the solar plexus chakra. This chakra is located in the center of the abdomen, the lower abdomen really, and it is associated with your expression of self and also your identity. That is not to say that that's the only thing that this chakra is associated with, because it has a lot of associations. It's also associated with the color yellow and the sun. The solar plexus chakra is very essential to the way that you express yourself and also the way that you hold your identity. It's where a lot of your confidence comes from. It's kind of where you shoot from when you go into new situations, they say. This card specifically is saying basically that you need to heal the heart and the intuition so that you can connect to your solar plexus chakra deeper. That means a lot of these associations or attachments that you're dealing with right now with the attachment card are associated with the heart and the head, where you're not necessarily getting the right intuitive hits about the people that you're dealing with or the things that you're doing, which are giving you a negative attachment to these things in the heart space. This card is a 37, reducing down to a 10. 10 being about the beginning of new cycles for you in this life, spiritually. This card is, or the 10 is actually associated with the 1 and the 0 within the 10. Interestingly enough, the 0 being, the idea of nothingness, and the 1 being about the beginning of new journeys. It's being about the opening to a new cycle, which is what 10 is all about. 10 is also a representation of wholeness, my guides are saying to me at this very moment. So right now you're dealing with a negative attachment that's associated with your identity. This could be literally you wanting to change the label that you identify yourself as, whether that's racial, whether that's ethnic, whether that has something to do with your orientation outside of your race or ethnicity, or it's something else. You could also be dealing with possibly, they're saying relationship status is part of it as well. So you could have changed your relationship status as well here. Let's pull some tarot cards to get some more information about what the energy oracle is here to talk to us about. What else do you want me to tell the collective? We have the devil popping out. I'll take it, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. They wanted me to see it that way. Okay, I'm not taking all these cards, though. I'm not going to take these last 4. Anything else for the collective? Anything else for the collective? For attachments and third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. They're saying a lot of this negative attachments that you have to do with your connection to your guides. Either you don't listen to them or you think that you're connecting with your guides when in reality you're just connecting with your mind. Which is why we meditate. You meditate to understand what thoughts belong to you as opposed to what thoughts belong to your brain, what thoughts are probably chemically produced, or what thoughts are actually coming from your higher guidance. It's not unheard of for a lot of people to have spiritual guidance outside of themselves, but you really need to determine what spiritual guidance is coming from outside of your mind. And that's a very important aspect of spirituality for a lot of people who are spiritualists, whether they're on TikTok, whether they're on YouTube or anywhere else, is understanding that what thoughts you hear are your own as opposed to what you're hearing outside of yourself. A lot of this connection does come through the pituitary gland, which is associated with the brow and the third eye chakra, which is right here. And we also have the crown chakra, which is how you actually receive a lot of the information. You'll start feeling it in the back of your head, and it'll be kind of like a very subtle, very light shooting sensation, kind of like somebody shooting an arrow from the back of your head and it jumps to the front. That is part of the way that the physical sensation of intuition has been described to me, and that's also what I tend to feel when I get intuitive hits, although it's not very strong of a feeling, so you have to be kind of sensitive to actually feel it that way. So when we talk about this negative attachment to labels, to the way you express yourself, the first card that we have out is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, in this deck, he's doing a balancing act. He's looking for a place to have stable footing in this card. In the traditional tarot, the Six of Swords denotes travel. It denotes travel to a destination with peaceful waters. So right now you could be trying to just have a peaceful situation, a peaceful home life, they said, where you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your own personal attachment to self, and you're trying to detach from people or negative situations that you deem to be toxic. And the next card out that we have is the Devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn individual, because the Devil does represent a Capricorn, or somebody who's very focused on the material world, somebody who is very passionate about physical sensations, somebody who does drugs, somebody who does those kind of things. This person could be the toxic individual. This person could be an earth sign or a Capricorn, but this person might also just have a bad rep. Capricorns do also, the Devil does also represent toxic associations. Even if they do have benefits in some aspects, there's still a toxic association to the people or the situations that you're dealing with at this time. And the reason for this seems to be the Eight of Pentacles. You're walking on your tiptoes. You're looking for peace in situations where there is no peace. You're looking for peace in situations where you are around toxic individuals. And a lot of it has to do with your spiritual journey. You are being spiritually tested here. The Eight of Pentacles is all about the spiritual journey. It is also about the work associated with the spiritual journey. You're working towards a higher goal here. It's often about self-love for a lot of people. If you see the rose in the center, that rose is a representation of self-love here. You could even be doing something to have some kind of personal enlightenment, they're saying, or possibly doing something to have clout is not a good word. It's more like you're looking for the spotlight in your own life. You're trying to be the main character in your own situation, and somebody's kind of taking the attention off of you in a toxic way. Somebody really sees you as the main character that you are, or they see the potential for you to be uplifting and enlightening yourself here with the Devil. And the Eight of Pentacles is an indication that you are coming into a place of self-love away from this situation, and this person wants to take that away from you. Now, if it's not about a relationship, then this could even be negative aspects within yourself. So this could be your shadow self trying to take you away from having the enlightenment spiritually that you're guided to be having at this time. Because your guides are here. Why would this archangel show up in this reading if your guides are not here with you at this time? So consider that. The next card that we have out, and this is kind of the deeper level, we have the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is all about rejection. It's about wanting to hold on to what you have and not wanting to change the outcome of the situations that you're in, so you stagnate. especially emotionally. You don't want to change the way that things are coming in for you right now. You're focused so much on this higher perspective, on this higher goal that you're trying to reach in your life, that you're stopping yourself from accepting new offers, from accepting new relationships, from accepting new job opportunities. And you're really in this energy of rejection, but that also puts you in the energy of stagnation because you're not taking in what it is that the universe has to offer you, which is exactly what the crown chakra is all about. It's about opening yourself to the communication that the universe has to give to you, the communication that your guides have to give to you, which is all that Four of Cups energy is in. I actually even kind of think that even if you are in this toxic situation, that you've kind of put yourself in a position where you're not going to get yourself out of it because you don't know what's on the other side of that yet. And the guidance with this situation, we have the Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. You need to start figuring out what it is you can manifest when you get outside of the toxic situation that you're in, whether the toxicity is from you or from someone that you're dealing with. It doesn't matter. You need to start manifesting outside of that situation and putting effort into understanding that your connection with the universe is going to allow you to have something better because you put the effort into figuring out what is better for you and then you actually went after it, which is all about what manifestation is about. We hear a lot of people talking about manifestation and, oh, you have to do this ritual, you have to drink this water, you have to do these herbs, you have to burn this candle. You have to take action for those things as well. And you have to do that with a mental state that is not emotionally attached to the outcome. And that's what this reading is about. It's about attachments. So the next energy that we have the Hierophant. And this is all about you envisioning the outcome of the situations that you're in right now. Looking outwardly and trying to figure out where it is that you're going to be going. And a lot of this has to do with self-mastery. It has to do with structured action. It has to do with having a foundation behind the situations that you enter. It also has to do with, they're saying something about, what is that word? It's like escaping me. It's right on the tip of my tongue, meaning that you don't really have this right now in your life. It is stability. You need to create more stability in your life by having more of a ritualistic aspect on the things that you're doing to remove your toxic situations. They're saying there are toxic situations in your life and you are trying to remove them, and you need to do that by having more structure in your life, having more structure in your livelihood. Now, I'm going to take 1 second where I'm going to turn on my fan. Just to answer any questions. Hello, I'm not doing personal readings during this time. I'm actually doing a collective reading right now. So if you want to stick around and hear about that, I would really appreciate it. I'm not doing personal readings. I'm going to post this on my YouTube. My YouTube is Angel Aura Divination on YouTube. Also, if you follow the Beacons page on my TikTok bio, you'll find a link to my YouTube on that account. Thank you. So let's get some more information about the collective. What else does the collective need to hear? I love that that card comes out. Let's see what else they have to hear about right now. Okay, we'll just do these two. They really don't have anything else. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's it. So the next energy oracle card that we have for you is the Goddess of the Moon. This card is all about connecting to your intuition, in a spiritual sense especially, where you're opening yourself up to your crown chakra, which is what this card actually represents. It's a 52, reducing to the energetic vibration of 7. 7 is all about intuition. 7 is all about having the mental space to open up to the possibilities of the things that you feel, see, and sense with your mind. It's about that sixth sense, you know. And really, you know, if we really get into it, we have way more than just 5 senses, right? And that's because we're expanding our consciousness, you know, we're expanding our awareness of what our physical sensations are at this time. Even if that means that we have to do spiritual work to actually come to a conclusion where we start to develop a stronger sense of discernment on what to talk about, what to do, how to go about our lives. Ultimately, the Goddess of the Moon is here to say that you're developing your intuition on this journey, and you will be continuing to do so moving forward. This is all about connecting, they're saying connecting astrally to planetary bodies. That's an interesting way to put it. So let's get some cards out for that. For the Goddess of the Moon. And some of this does have to do with relationships as well. So maybe you're developing a relationship with somebody who you have a lot of astrological synastry with. Or you're looking for somebody who you're very compatible with in a very simple way, you know, even if it is astrology or not. You're looking for somebody that you could live with. You're looking for something that you could really sink your teeth into spiritually. You know, a lot of people are out here looking for spiritual paths. They're looking for gurus. They're looking for a yoga teacher. They're looking for somebody to listen to. A lot of people turn to the tarot. A lot of people have been opening up to spirituality, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that things in the world right now are falling apart. A lot of people are losing their faith in their governments. They're losing their faith in, you know, some of the more structured religions that they follow. They're losing their faith in their personal beliefs, and they're looking outside of themselves to have a deeper enlightenment about their spiritual journeys. And that's also what the Goddess of Moon is here to tell you, is that you're looking outside of yourself as well. I'll get into that in a second. What else do we have for the collective? Anything else for the collective, for the Goddess of the Moon? Okay. They said keep it short. We got 6 cards though. 7 cards though. So the first card that came out for you is the Prince of Cups. This is also the Knight of Cups in this deck. The Prince of Cups is all about that spiritual and emotional connection. Somebody around you, if you're dealing with a water sign person, this individual might want to communicate with you. But the Prince of Cups or the Knight of Cups in the tarot is also an indication that you are trying to communicate more effectively or even receive communication about spirituality. You might be looking outside of yourself for that information, but you also might be communicating about this with others. They're saying you're looking for enlightenment and you're asking people around you, even if it's just energetically, asking people around you, hey, do you have this crystal? Hey, do you know any good metaphysical stores? Hey, do you go to church? Hey, what do you do to feel spiritually stable, to feel spiritually sound? Everybody has to really fuel themselves in this aspect, but a lot of people choose not to, and that's okay, but that's part of their journey. That's part of their soul mission, right? And if it's not, then they're going to learn the lesson from that. That's what karma is about, understanding the cause and effect of things. So the next card that we have out is the Four of Wands. You're going to find sanctuary. This could be associated with the environment that you're in. It could also be associated with the relationship that you have. So with the Prince of Cups, you could be having a relationship with a water sign individual, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. You might even have these placements in your chart as well, especially with the Goddess of the Moon being out here. You could definitely have a Cancer placement here. But with the Four of Wands, you're going to be focused on having that stable home environment to be a foundation for the manifestations that you have. You're going to be going after your goals because you have a stable home environment to tether yourself to, which will help you be more grounded energetically, which will also allow you to do more of that psychic work, that manifestation work where you really visualize the goal through your third eye and then go after it with your whole self, right? The next card out that we have is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is a representation of the abundance that you can have in this situation, but this also might be a representation of the feminine against the Prince of Cups. So there might be a relationship here between an earth sign and a water sign, the earth sign being the more feminine energy and the water sign being the more masculine energy. But the water sign could also just be a more communicative energy, and the earth sign is just an energy that likes to be served. The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has the funds and has the material abundance necessary to get through her life, and also enough to share it with others. This is somebody who is very caring, who is very nurturing, not somebody who's overly emotional, not even necessarily somebody who's very spiritual, but somebody who can really take care of themselves and who is really prepared for anything that comes her way. And that's where you're going to be headed once you have a more stable home environment for yourself. They're saying to focus on the past life message from this card as well. If you see in the back, there's a pyramid covered in sand, but this also has to do with your past life energy. You might be connecting deeper to your past lives, but this is only going to resonate for some of you. You might be connecting deeper to your past lives, understanding that you're entering into a past life soulmate connection for some of you. And beyond that, it's also going to say basically that you're going to have the material abundance that you desire when you start to understand that your past does affect your present and your future. And that having an understanding of the cause and effects of things, or as we like to call it, karma, is going to help you deeper understand how to manifest abundance for yourself, because it's all about energetic balance. It's about having a balanced perspective on the situations that you enter and then moving out of that energy to create more for yourself. It's saying to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to go buy that McDonald's today. I'm not going to go buy that Taco Bell today. I'm going to eat at home because I know that I'm going to want to go out and eat this weekend. Stuff like that, where you're really in that energy of allowing your present self to help out your future self. It's cause and effect, which ultimately will give you a greater sense of karma moving forward. So the spiritual journey for you is not actually going to be dependent upon spiritual teaching. It doesn't all just come from books. It actually does partially come from experience and understanding. And this is why we practice mindfulness, because your mindfulness is what's going to help you expand your conscious awareness of the situations you're in, regardless of the distractions that are placed in front of you, which is going to lead you down a path of abundance. And the reason why I'm saying that you're going to be led down a path of abundance is because right now you have the Knight of Pentacles, or the Prince of Pentacles here, indicating that you are being led down a spiritual path towards more abundance for yourself. Now, this could be about you, this could be about me, this could be about somebody that you're dealing with. You might even be dealing with an earth sign individual. But really, I'm seeing this more as you collective, where you are connecting deeper to yourself to have more abundance, and you're going to be communicating about that more effectively moving forward as well, where you're going to start to understand that the way that you even communicate about people, the things you think about, the things you talk about, are even part of your manifestation. The things you focus on are even part of your manifestation, because it all comes from the mindset. If I sat down and focused on every little thing that every person said to me during the day, instead of what I needed to do or what I need to talk about with myself or what I need to focus on in my day, I wouldn't get anything done. And it's the same energy for you. You can't let other people slow you down. And even if you're moving slowly towards your goal, you're not going to be letting other people slow you down in this energy of the Prince of Pentacles, because you're determined to get where you're going, especially if you know that there's going to be spiritual or possibly even material abundance waiting for you. The next card up that we have is the Ace of Pentacles, and the universe is going to be providing rewards for this. The Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning in the material realm. You are going to be getting information. You are going to be getting rewards. You are going to be getting money, abundance. Your manifestations are going to be coming in. They're saying tenfold, because of the fact that you're focused on what it is you need to be focused on in this journey, as opposed to what other people want to tell you about, what other people have to say. You're paying attention to the messages that you're receiving in the universe, and you're not letting yourself be held back by the words, by the thoughts, by the actions that other people are taking against you. And it's because you're understanding that it's all a journey. So right now, you might not feel that you are spiritually protected. You might not necessarily feel that you are spiritually abundant, but you will be moving towards that because you'll start practicing mindfulness. The next card out that we have is the Five of Swords, and this is actually exactly what I was talking about. You're going to be walking away from the battles, the mental conflict, the conflict between you and other people, where somebody has something to say to you and then you have something to say back, and then there becomes an argument between the two of you. You're sacrificing this so that you can move forward in your own journey. You're moving beyond the need to hear what other people have to say about you, and you're enlightening yourself. You're coming into a greater awareness of who you are and what it means to be who you are. They're even saying, for some of you, once you walk away from this energy, you'll have more abundance than you could even have thought about, which is what the tenfold energy is saying. Because can you really quantify what tenfold is outside of math? You know, in the material realm even. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, I can maybe envision $1 million in a room on the floor, but can I really see $10 million waiting for me? And this is just a metaphor. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have 10 million. Hey, but we don't block our blessings. But can you really predict what tenfold of your manifestation is going to be? No. But because you believe that it's possible for you to have the things that you wanted, you're going to be able to achieve way more than what it is you actually put yourself out there for. And that's because you believe that you could have it. You understand that because you desire it, you deserve it. And that's the energy you're going to be in, deserving it. And that's a representation of the Ten of Pentacles. That's the next card that we have out for you. And this is that tenfold energy where you're going to have so much that you can share it, and you're going to look good. You're going to feel good. You're going to have relationships around you. You're going to be able to help the community. You're going to be able to donate to charity. You're going to be able to go out and enjoy yourself, instead of always being someone who has to sit behind, who has to wait for other things to happen for you, who has to ask the universe constantly, when is it going to come in for me? Instead of asking the universe, you're going to bring it in for yourself. You're going to figure out the situations that you're going to be in, and you're going to manifest it through your words, through your thoughts, and through your actions, because you're aligning yourself with your goal. And that's what this reading is about, especially intuitively. You're going to start understanding that you need to be aligned with your goal to actually achieve that for yourself. And this is great energy to be in. Congratulations, honestly. So now I'm going to pull like one more pull from the Energy Oracle just to see what else they have to say. Anything else for the collective? Anything else for the collective? Okay. They said nothing else, but I'm going to take this card. Okay, we have the Angel of Love, which is a 49, reducing down to a 13. 13, I don't think 13 is a master number, but 13, it reduces down to a 4. And 4 is about... What is 4 about? 4 is about divine alignment. The 4 elements: water, air, earth, and fire. It is about the understanding that those elements come from the ground level, the 3D energy that you're in. You might be guided towards love, or a deeper love of yourself as well, or possibly even a deeper love of materials based on the abundance that you attract in your energy. This is a very etheric, but also a very grounded energy. Even though your guides are here, even though they've given you their wings, your ancestors are here to take care of you, you know, because you've taken care of them. Some of you have even been doing altar work, they're saying ancestor money has been placed on your altar. They're saying that you have been, yeah, exactly, the 444. You have been seeing the angel number 444, and you heed the warning. It's all about alignment. You need to be focused on aligning yourself with your goals to actually achieve them. Some of your goals do have to do with love, external love. But you know, external love is just another version of the internal love you have. You love yourself, so you allow somebody else to love you too. And you don't allow people to put you down. You don't allow people to manipulate you. You don't allow people to change you. You don't allow people to force you into their narratives or their ideas of who you're supposed to be, because you love the person that you see in the mirror. You love the energy of this person, and you allow this person to flourish and to thrive. And you don't allow people to cut you off. You don't allow people to stop you from talking. You don't allow people to stop you from going after what it is you want. And some of you are manifesting a happy family, so there might be toxic family connections around you right now. There might even be, they're saying that you have a soul family for those of you who are in very toxic family dynamics. That you also might be someone who wants a relationship and who wants the white picket fence where you can, you know, have the dog and the white picket fence and the happy home and all that stuff. And you're manifesting that right now. The happy family card is also a 4. You might be seeing 444. Some of you are commenting that, and that's probably true. And then 4 is all about alignment. It's all about aligning yourself with your goal. Starting out by looking for love, romance situations that are going to attract somebody who can actually have a happy family with you, as opposed to somebody who would be a representation of the devil. Somebody who would block you from your manifestations by being toxic with you, by being so super associated or super dependent on drugs, somebody who's super dependent on sex, somebody who's super dependent on alcohol, somebody who's toxic, somebody who is a manipulator, somebody who's a narcissist. You're not attracting those energies around you because you're starting to understand that your intuition gives you the knowledge that you need to have your own boundaries and to set yourself up for success by aligning you with your goal. And a lot of this has to do with emotional healing for yourself, where you understand that you feel your emotions, and then that helps you connect deeper to your own intuition, so that you don't always have to ask your guides for guidance. Oh, well, what do my ancestors think? And what do my ancestors think about this person? Well, what do my guides think about this person? What do my deities? What do my orishas? What do my angels think about this person? You don't always have to ask. because you're going to know how you think about this person, what you feel about this person, and it's going to be aligned because you're confident in yourself, which is all that this reading is about. It's about detaching from things that take away from your own personal version of confidence. This is the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, and you are letting your own expression of self lead you where you need to go, and your guides are right behind you, pushing you along the way. Like I said, they gave you your wings. A lot of you are spiritually ascending right now. So let's get some tarot cards out for the Angel of Love and the Happy Family energy. What do we have to talk about with this energy for the collective? This is a 444 energy. It's all about aligning yourself with your goals. Some of you are really trying to have children. Some of you are really trying to have marriage. Some of you are really trying to have love. What else do we have to talk about? Oh my gosh. And some of you are really dealing with a water sign male. Oh, interesting. Anything else for the collective? They said nothing else. Okay. We have, what is this, 6 cards? We'll get through it. Interesting. You're going to be given options. That's the first thing I see here, but let's get into it card by card. We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups in the traditional tarot is exactly what the Happy Family card is. It is the Ten of Cups, where you are in that ideal, prosperous relationship, healing the inner child, and having that spiritual relationship with the desires that you want, regardless of what your spiritual beliefs are, because we do not judge each other on our own spiritual beliefs here. You envisioned it for yourself, you went after it, and then you got it. You got to the point where your cup runneth over with love because you started to love yourself and you allowed yourself to manifest what it is you wanted. Whether that was through prayer, manifestation, visual manifestation, doing vision boards, or whatever it is that you needed to do for yourself. And then, because you started to love yourself and you started to see the abundance of the life you envision for yourself, you attract in somebody else around you who wants the same thing, which ultimately will become a reciprocal relationship between you and this person. And that's where you're headed in this energy. This is the future for you. We have the Two of Cups talking about a reciprocal romantic connection, soulmate connections, soul family. People around you who have the same desires for you, who want to see you in their higher selves and who want to be in their higher selves as well. Now, we have 3 cards out here. You're going to be given options, and they're actually saying that these options are going to be part of your spiritual test. We have the King of Cups and the King of Wands as your options if you are the Queen of Wands. There are going to be individuals around you who are going to be very spiritual, and it's not saying that you can't go after them or that they wouldn't be aligned with you, but there's going to be a lot of work in deciding who is going to be aligned for you and who's not. Because the King of Cups and the Queen of, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups are a pair. Yes, that's true. The King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands are a pair as well. And it's up to you to determine who's going to be there for you and who you need to be with in this energy. Now, you could be dealing with the fire sign or a water sign or something like that, but I'm not going to get into all of that. What these cards represent when it comes to a collective reading, we have the King of Wands talking about somebody who's mastered their manifestations and understands where they need to go and takes action towards it. Now, that's what this reading has been about. That's one of the multiple themes of this reading, is going after what it is you desire. Full force. Taking control of the situations that you're in and going after it. Understanding that your vision is exactly where you need to go. Connecting deeper to your emotions, and mastering your emotions is how you connect to your intuition to actually have an understanding of where it is that you do need to go. Connecting to your emotions and allowing yourself to connect to your guides outside of yourself to really manifest for yourself, because you know you deserve it. And you're in the energy of knowing you deserve it, which makes you, baby, it makes you the main character. The Queen of Wands. Where your emotions and your intuition and your manifestations are all aligned so that you can create for yourself in this energy. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's a witch. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is a great friend, who's a great lover, who's a great mom, who's a great wife. It's somebody who's very passionate and who lets that passion run into all of her relationships, whether it's her relationship with her job, her relationships at home, her relationships with her friends. This is somebody who's all around a very happy person and who allows other people to be happy with them. This is the last card that we have out for you, the Hermit. And this is all a solo journey to wholeness. It's all a solo journey to divine alignment for yourself, where you're really placing yourself in the energy of someone who is looking for a greater ascension for yourself, and then you go after it. Yes, some of you are healers. Yes. Some of you are healers. Yes, exactly. But it's not healing. The Queen of Wands is not healing as saying that I'm going to come up and touch you and heal you. The Queen of Wands is not necessarily somebody who's always ritualistically a healer. The Queen of Wands heals other people simply by being passionate about her life as well. And that's really where this the guidance for the collective is to look for things that make you passionate. They're saying look on the bottom of the deck. And even if it is a solo journey for you overall, you know, it's about finding your individual wholeness, understanding that you're a whole person. And then when you come into soulmate relationships, when you come into twin flame relationships, when you manifest that happy home for yourself, that happy family for yourself, it's not about having somebody around you to complete you. It's about being complete in your individual energy, and then allowing that completeness to create a complete relationship with two whole individuals. And maybe for some of you that is for the desire to have children, and that is ultimately going to allow you to manifest more because you have gratitude and self-love for yourself, and then you have love for the person outside of you, and the love that you create with each other is going to help you create children as well. But it's all about gratitude. Manifestation comes with gratitude. It also comes with detachment out of the outcomes. So some of you might end up being alone with this hermit energy, and that's okay too, because you love yourself enough to understand that when you manifest for yourself, it doesn't always come for you when you want it to. It comes for you when you need it to. And that's what divine timing is about. The last card that we have for the reading, on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Now, this could be a representation of you, but this could also be a representation of somebody that you're going to be dealing with as well. We had the Queen of Pentacles coming out earlier in the reading. So you could have a soulmate who is going to be just as abundant as you, somebody who is going to be just as nurturing as you, somebody who is just going to be just as stable as you, somebody who loves themselves just as much as you and ultimately energetically matches you. Even if this person's an earth sign or whether this person's not an earth sign, that doesn't matter. You're going to be finding someone outside of yourself and attracting that person into you as well. And that's where your spiritual enlightenment is taking you. Your spiritual journey is allowing you to have a deeper expression of the self by having a deeper self-love and going after what it is you want, chasing your dreams. Or at least chasing the bag if you don't dream, you know, of being poor forever. Or, you know, some people say they don't dream of labor, so you don't have a dream job. Well, you're going to get some money and you're not going to have to work as much. It's all of that energy as well. And that's where the collective is heading right now. So hopefully this resonated for you. For my YouTube collective that's going to watch this after I've recorded it, thank you so much for sticking around to this point in the reading. Leave a star emoji in the comments if you got to this point in the reading. I would really appreciate to see it. Also, like this video as well.